G'day guys, this is Holy Critics signing in, and today I'm bringing you the interview of interviews. Possibly the most cringe-inducing interview, one-on-one interview that I have ever seen in my entire life. And the performance that you're about to watch in this interview puts Jussie Smollett to shame. I thought he deserved an Academy Award, but I think I was wrong. I think R.Kelly has finally topped that performance, and it's only taken a solitary week to do so. Now, R.Kelly has chosen to go on CBS This Morning and get interviewed by Gayle King. He thought he could pull the wool over her eyes like Jussie Smollett did to Robin Roberts. He thought he could cruise through this interview, he could play the victim, and he'd get the same sympathy. But I don't know if he was aware that Jussie Smollett was eventually exposed because the facts came to light. And R. Kelly has been living in his Trump Tower apartment for this entire time. Maybe he hasn't turned the television on to find out. He thinks that this is an acceptable performance. And he thinks that she is not going to ask the follow-up questions. She's not going to ask the tough questions. She's going to play ball with him. But she is having none of it. You need to see this right now. Have a watch.
Hate me if you want to, love me if you want, but just use your common sense. How stupid would it be for me to, with my crazy past and what I've been through, right now I just think I need to be a mom.
Yeah, it would be very stupid to lock women up in your apartment, but I think we both know that there's a lot of stupid people in this world that will do exactly that because they're not like the rest of us. They're called psychopaths, R. Kelly. Just to clarify. So yeah, I don't agree with your assertion that you couldn't do that. Plenty of people have done it in history.
And hold girls against their will, chain them up in my basement, and don't let them eat, and don't let them, unless they need some shoes down the street from their uncle. Robert, stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing.
Look at her face. Look at her face. She's like, Robert. She's not buying the performance. She knows what he's trying to do. He's grandstanding. He's trying to take over and totally deflect and project this image of himself as the victim. But have a watch. It gets to the extreme. Even Jussie Smollett couldn't match this performance.
I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career. Robert. 30 years of my career.
Robert, sit back down. She's like a school teacher looking at this guy. Did he rehearse this? Did he go through the possible scenarios in the interview? If it goes bad, he just explodes like this? This is incredible. I've never seen this in an interview before. He looks like he's about to break the set down.
Y'all trying to kill me? You killing me, man?
Did he just point at me? Did he just point at me? I'm killing him. Okay.
It's not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it. Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe.
Wait, who's that guy? Is that it? Is that his friend? Is that his lawyer? Basically saying, let's go into a quiet room and settle down. This is not looking good. This is not going to help your image.
At this point, we brief.
So you've just seen it there. He's put on this incredible act. I don't think at this point anybody's buying it. He's overcompensating here. This is what psychopaths do. Learn it well. Learn their craft well. They do this. They start shouting over you. When they can't debate with you, they can't counteract your arguments, they begin pointing and accusing, building straw men about what you think of them, and just totally avoid the topic. And I just want to add one more thing at the end of this interview here. I'll just skip into it. This is where he really rams home, I'm the victim. I'm above you because I'm a celebrity and they're coming after me. Have a little listen to this bit.
I think I came here for them to hear me talk. But I need help.
What kind of help?
This is the kind of help I need.
Yes, what kind of help?
What kind of help do you think he needs? Have a guess right now. Okay, let's hear it.
I need somebody to help me not have a big heart. Because
I need somebody to help me not have a big heart. Oh man, this guy's an overgrown baby. What are you on about, buddy?
my heart is so big. People betray me, and I keep forgiving them.
You sound like you're playing the victim here. You sound like...
Yep, that sounds about right.
R.Kelly, you do. When I listen to you,
I'm
it
just
does
telling
sound
the
like
truth.
You're playing the victim
I'm just
card.
telling the truth. And the reason I'm emotional,
Robert,
and I apologize for that, is because this is the first time I was able to say
speak.
something.
Yeah.
I've said nothing.
Well, you know, I've got to give Gayle King credit here. She just calls it out from the beginning. She's not buying it at all. In fact, you think she could have had a bit of a terrified look in her eye after he stood up like that, because she wouldn't have expected him to do that. But she just sat there, just staring at him and going, "What are you doing?" Well, I actually know what you're doing, but she doesn't say it. Well, she says it there. She says you're playing the victim. He's grandstanding. So he's an admitted sex addict, R.Kelly. He can't deny that. All he's denying is that he had sex with underage girls, right? He's denying that he's done that, but he hasn't denied the fact that he's had lots of women over the years. But this is where you're not going to hear anybody mention this aspect of the interview, but he said, "I have a big heart." He's being punished for having a big heart. But if he's a sex addict and he admits he needs therapy, wouldn't he have a callous heart? If he can go around sleeping with tons of women and not have any attachment issue with them, he can just break it off at any time because he wants to move on to the next woman, the next slut. Sorry to say it, but he wants to move on to the next girl, the next piece of meat, because this guy's a predator. But he has a big heart. Well, he can't have a big heart if he's a sex addict. He has to have a seared conscience to not be affected by breakups. He can move on very quickly. He has children to previous partners, but he's moved on. In fact, they say here, he's actually in a current relationship with 2 young women who live with him at his home in Chicago. 23-year-old, remember, he's in his 50s. 23-year-old Jocelyn Savage and 21-year-old Azriel Clary. Their parents believe Kelly has brainwashed their daughters. Absolutely he has. Absolutely. But have a little listen at how, if the situation was reversed and it was his daughters that were affected, how would R. Kelly respond if the abuse was being done to his children? Have a little listen.
You have daughters. If your daughters called you and said that somebody is doing to them what the allegations are about you, would you be okay with that?
Let me tell you something. I'll be up in that mother... everything up. I had to bleep myself, but I would be...
If your daughters came to you and said, "Look, this guy is doing to me what the allegations are against you,"
then I would have to arrest myself after I did what I had.
Wow, he'd have to arrest himself. He couldn't restrain his physical anger towards the man who his children have accused of abusing him. But if he's abusing your kid, if R. Kelly's doing it to your children, oh, you're making it up. You're trying to assassinate my character. What a fraud. This is unbelievable. And I'm glad that this is recorded now. This is in recorded history. That he had the gall to go on this interview and do this. Did he really think, did his PR team, his lawyers, did they really think this was a good idea? Because this has embarrassed him. This hasn't helped him. This has actually hurt him. Because nobody in their right mind buys this performance in the 21st century. So guys, I'm curious to know, did you buy the performance? Are you on R.Kelly's side? Has he won you over with this performance? Or have you seen through it, much like the Jussie Smollett interview? And that Gayle King has done a very brave thing and stood up to a bully, a psychopath, who tried to derail her interview with his antics. Please share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe and press the notification bell so you never miss a new video. But for now, God bless, stay safe, and this is Holy Critic signing out.